found me in my sleep. Relief in realization that I was only dreaming, but grateful for nightmares so I can see.
Well, folks, that's the brand new single by the Heels, Canadian trio, and that was Work of Art. And on the line now, we've got one of the singers there, Kyla Rawlins, on the line away from Canada. How are you doing?
Yeah, good, very good. Yes,
Nice to
cold
see
here.
I know. Well, I always do this for my Canadian guests, right? And I know it's not great radio, but I'm going to put this on.
Oh, perfect. I wish
the
I had that.
Canadian hat is on.
I put my lips on. though. You have to have red lips.
Red lips, yes. I'm not going to wear lipstick though for you. I'm just.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm not that. I'm not that sort of free spirited. But nothing wrong with it, by the way. But you know, just not my bag. I can't get the color anyway. But no, nice to see you anyway. And like I said, it's congratulations on the brand new single as well. I mean, you must be really excited.
Oh, we're so excited as a team. We're just, it's like a little musical baby, you know, releasing it out into the world and seeing it go to school and go to college and then graduate and go to the world. It's a cool process. It's something very therapeutic for us as a band.
Well, great harmonies all the way through your career, though. I mean, the harmonies, and if I may, and this is not a slight on it because I'm a huge fan of this trio, but Wilson Phillips,
we get that all the time. Yeah.
Right.
Everywhere, and Dixie Chicks. People also bring up Dixie.
Yeah, I can see. I mean, obviously it's a female trio, but the harmonies just blend. Unbelievable. Yeah. And I'm a huge fan of Wilson. I am at the Chicks as well. But yeah, I mean, it's great. Well, where did this song come from? What was the idea behind it? Because it's a great play on words.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Work of Heart. It's actually Megan Barker. She's a co-writer that we often write with in Nashville. And when COVID hit, all of our tour plans canceled. But we had already pre-booked some co-writes with Megan specifically, as well as other Nashville writers, but we were supposed to go down there, be on a huge tour, and then everything shut down. So we were like, well, we still have these amazing co-writes booked, so let's go and be true Canadians, go way up in a mountain into the woods in the middle of BC. And then we basically just stayed there for a week. It felt like probably 2 months to me, just because it so relaxing and so healing. So what we did was we basically just booked all of these and kept them. And so when Megan got online with us that morning, she was like, I have this song idea and I really think this is meant for you. And it was Work of Heart. So that's how it all came to.
Oh wow, that's brilliant! And obviously, there's two other members of your trio as well.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they can't make it today. But where are they? Where are they based?
So Bobby Smith, she's actually really close to where we wrote the song, about an hour away. She's close to Crawford Bay in BC. And then Brittany Fiddler now, it was Brittany Dominelli before when we started the band, but now she got married to our producer, who is Anthony Fiddler, and they live across from me, pretty much across. If there was a bridge, we could see each other every day, but I'm on Vancouver Island and she's in Sechelt, so it's directly across from where I am.
Absolutely love Vancouver. I think it was about 9 years ago when I went over there, and Stanley Park, it was a Grouse Mountain. Absolutely love that. And then
we met just below Grouse Mountain.
Yeah, there was a your coffee shop, was that right? It's around this coffee shop that you had.
Yeah, it's called Beautiful, like beautiful, but beautiful. So Brittany was a barista. She's very good at making lattes. And Bobby was one of our regulars. So she would come clicking her heels, walking in, and I would look up and there's Bobby. She goes, hello. She would come in singing. So that's where we all met.
I ever went in there? Because I can't remember. I can't remember that intricate detail, but you said it was at the bottom of Grouse Mountain.
Yeah, well, the Grouse Mountain's like a huge, travel people from around the world come to see Grouse Mountain. And at the very, very bottom of the hill is my cafe. So it's at First and Lonsdale. And then if you go right up Lonsdale, keep going to the very, very top, that's where Grouse is.
Right, because I got the cable car to the top, saw the two grizzlies, and then went to the top of the wind turbine right at the top, and they were just about to close, and they said, and we made our way up there, and it was around about September time, and I was like, oh, you shut now? And he went, go on then, we'll open up for you, because we like to see the sunset. And you could see Washington State, it was that clear, and the sun went down on top of that wind turbine on top of Grouse.
It's so beautiful. I haven't actually seen it clear. I've been up there a lot.
Yeah, it's just one of those.
Lucky. You lucked out.
Yeah, I mean, it was only there for a day and a half, and then we got on the Rocky Mountain Railroad, did Jasper, Banff, which Banff I just fell in love with instantly, especially when they had a country music club in there. I thought, oh, this is like this, And then obviously Louise, and then the sort of Calgary, and came back that way, and then almost 12 months ago now, it was end of March, which wasn't great planning by me. I wanted, because it was a big birthday of mine during lockdown, so this was like a sort of addendum to that, and did Niagara to Quebec.
Wow, that's amazing. That's a really perfect trip.
But that was cold.
Yes, very cold.
But I didn't plan that one right. And also took the wrong turn in at at Niagara, trying to find my hotel, and I ended up in Buffalo over the bridge.
Oh. Wow. I can't say that's happened to me, but I
believe it's happened to a few, which made me feel very. But on the American side, they didn't take it kindly, and made us wait and charge us to come back as well. So, but yeah, as a sort of walk of shame as such. But I think they should give you a badge. I think they were really upset. They actually said to us in a disappointed look, "So you don't want to come to Buffalo?" We went, "No." So, but yeah, I mean, like you said, it's a career. You all met, sort of had this link with this coffee shop, customer yourself that owned it, and obviously a barista, I should say. And then from there, what made you decide? Did you start singing harmonies, practice, and then took the leap of faith?
Well, it was always my dream. I don't know if you're familiar with Bluebird, in the Bluebird Cafe.
Oh, yes.
We actually got to play there, which was a dream come true. But it was always my dream to have a venue. And so I started live music and open mics. And when Brittany was barista, I don't know if it's barista-ing or I was like, I feel like we need to sing together. I've always been in bands, like I was in a rock band, a jazz band, and I was like, I always wanted to sing with women and just be in a all female band. I was always playing with guys of all genres, and making a sound that was always a little bit rockier. Like their guitars would be really turned up loud, and I was always like, I want to be heard. Like, I'm a singer. I want to be heard. So I was like, I think I want to sing with some females and do some harmonies. And because I've always harmonized like my whole life, I don't even know if I was trained to do it or just did it naturally with Shania and a whole bunch of country artists. And I loved the way it felt. It just felt so like I could just feel it in my chest of how healing that was. And so then Brittany, I was like, we need to sing together. So I forced her and her sister to get up and do an open mic, and they were just so adorable and just really authentic people. And I knew in that moment I wanted to work with them. And then Bobby came because everybody in our community had known Bobby. Bobby was like a prodigy singer. She was touring with Terry Clark, some huge names when she was 13. So she was already familiar with the whole scene, but when I knew her, she was not singing anymore, and she was working she was selling me makeup for my shows, and I was like, what are you doing? Like I always felt she was so talented, so beautiful, and she deserves to be on stage. So that's how it all happened. We came together and we sang, and it was literally magic. There's no other word that can describe the feeling. It's like we've been singing together in past lives, and a family sound blend that just was so like easy. We didn't even have to think about it. We just went on to our parts. So from then on, it's just been easy and magical the whole time.
I understand what you're saying though about the harmonies. I've been, like I said, I've been singing for quite a while myself over here in the UK, and I've probably liked harmonizing more than lead vocals sometimes. You know, I've gone in with duos and things like that, and it's just that natural. Never been taught. You know, I just find it, and it's like when you're in the car and you're harmonizing to somebody. I tend to find I'm a good I can harmonize well with Vince Gill.
Yeah, it's ear training, and I think it's repetition. If you're in music for a long time, you just naturally pick it up.
Yeah.
Brittany had been harmonizing in her dad's band her whole life, so it was literally just meant to be. We all feel it's meant to be.
It is, and again, I liken it to the Eagles. I mean, if you listen to the Eagles, the harmonies and Little Big Town, you could have the best harmonizing pedal in the world, but there's no substitute for actual natural sound like you guys as well that you could listen to, and it's effortless, and it's very, very good on the ear.
Oh, thank you so much. That's why we're called the Heels. We originally started as HEALS.
Yeah.
And then we added the EEL to be a little bit sassy, but we were healing ourselves through some traumatic experiences with life and, bad boyfriends. So we were writing all these songs for therapy for ourselves. And then when we started really getting it somewhere, we're like, I think HEELS is a little bit more marketable. So that's how HEELS came to.
Ah, right. Because I was wondering, is it because they have high heels, or
Yeah.
But it's a conversation point, isn't it? As well, that's good.
Oh, totally. Bobby is like a trained heel master. She wears heels everywhere. I'm a baby little kitten heel, so I'm training in my heels. And she's already a master as well. So it was quite fitting.
Oh, that's brilliant. And then obviously that was around about what, 2017, something like that. You started to progress. You started to tour around Canada originally, and obviously then there's a link with, like I say, Nashville, the Bluebird, and also the Opry.
We were invited to play the Josie Awards. They reached out to us, and we were like, "Wow, this is amazing! Yes, we'll come and we'll be a part of it." And then all of a sudden, we got an email saying, "Would you like to play the Grand Ole Opry House?" Yes, we would. So that was. I don't think there's been anything bigger in my life personally, as far as my career goes. That moment when they said the Heels to the stage, we were like, I feel like we all froze.
I bet it was like a blur, wasn't it? It was probably about 2 or 3 hours afterwards when you get back to the hotel that it sort of sunk in.
Yes. And the fact that we won the Josie Awards for Best Country Trio the same day, like it was all, I feel like it still hasn't really hit, to be quite honest. Takes me a while.
No, I saw the video. Obviously you do a bit of research when you find out who you're interviewing, and it's such a great, iconic stage as well, and a good audience, and it's just one of those, like those light bulb moments when you think, yeah, we're doing it right.
Oh, yeah. I just think like when something's easy, and this band has been a very easy process for all of us. I mean, not in the sense of, there's always struggles and there's always going to be ups and downs, but the way that we get along and the way that magic happens when we're together, we will be together, and all of a sudden we'll just get a booking for this and a booking for that, and we'll get a grant or something incredible happens. So when we went out on stage that day, we're like, yes, we're meant to be here. We just felt it. So,
and it's been really nice that obviously doing this job that I've got. I mean, I got a strong link in with Strut Entertainment and all that. And I say when I was on vacation, I found out that the head office was in Toronto. And I reached out and I said, "You're not going to believe this." I said, "Well," I said, "I'm in Toronto." And we met for have a coffee, and we forged a really but they sort of reached out to me, obviously saying, we've got these artists, and I have been so overwhelmed by the amount of talent over in Canada.
Oh,
Music, because everybody goes, country, yeah, it's Nashville. No, it ain't. And like you say, you've already mentioned one of my favorite artists, Terry Clark. God, Bamford's another big one that I love over there. We've got there's just so many that I went to see a young lady here well, I live quite near to Liverpool, actually, over here, and the famous Cavern held a night of country music. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? And Sycamore, I don't know if you know Sycamore. She's a Canadian artist. Yeah, Sycamore was on. She was supporting one of the UK artists over here, and she was brilliant.
Oh, nice.
So it was really good.
We really, really want to do a tour in the UK. We're actually working on one right now. So, we can't wait. I've never been to Europe, and so that's going to be another dream come true. I'll probably just stay over there for a while and sing.
Absolutely. But the main thing is one of the, and we'll talk a little bit offline once I've finished actually on this, and we'll see what we can do if we can point you in a direction of 3, so then you can tell people and stuff like that. But there is quite a few things happening over here that's exciting as well. And I'm an integral part of the British Country Music Association over here as well. I do all the interviews, media and things. So that's
amazing.
We'll park that one to the side and we'll talk a little bit later. Because I have mentioned it a few times on the radio, and the listeners will be going, "Oh, not him again! Oh, again." Anyway, but yeah. So we've got the new single, we've got the career up to date. So what's round the corner then for you girls? I mean, you've got a lot of gigs lined up, a lot of events.
Well, yeah. Honestly, we're writing again. We love to write music. All of our own music it's crucial for us just to get our voices heard, and where we're at in our lives, it's always changing. Brittany just had a baby. Brittany and Anthony just had a baby. We call her the band baby because we all love her much, and she's just such a light in our lives. So we're working on planning another album. So possibly Christmas, maybe, if we can get that. I know we're all like huge Christmas fans, so maybe 2 albums if we can. And then more touring, and we're going to be down in the US again, probably July and through the summer, and then doing the summer.
You're going to do to the Summit CMAs? You've been involved with that?
Yes, we're going to head out for that as well. And then honestly, we really want to get to UK. So our friend just did a tour there, AJ, and she said we need to get there. What inspired us is the Tina Turner documentary. If you haven't seen that, she actually ended up going to the UK when nobody in North America would really pay attention. So when we saw that, we're just like, it was so inspiring. And I feel that we're all drawn to the UK. So we're planning that probably fall of this year until
it's who knows. Really. So we've got the country to country in a couple of weeks. The beginning of March, and that is like the CMA UK version of the CMAs, and obviously Zach Brown Band, Lady Midland, Drake Milligan, lots of artists descend on London, Glasgow, Dublin. We're deciding to go to Glasgow this time for a change, but yeah, and then around the sort of during the day, they have artists from all over the world around, not in the main arena, but round the sides as well. It's so amazing. It's just one of those events that by Sunday, it starts probably on the Songwriters on Thursday, then it's Friday, and on the Sunday everybody's walking around like a zombie because we just partied out.
I love those.
Well, I know. Well, before we leave, I want to ask you a question. I'm going to reimagine this question a little bit, because I've stopped asking it a bit because it became too repetitive really for the audience, but I haven't done it for a while. So this is purely for you, and because I like Canada as well. So you wouldn't be able to do it today because there's obviously snowstorms over there, but in the summer months and the sort of when it's just starting to warm up, you're having a fire pit party. So you can invite 6 people to your fire pit party. Who will they be and why?
Oh, for me, or like, are we talking the band
Well, let's
or
have
just me?
okay. Well, obviously you're going to invite the girls, aren't you? So let's have a look. Like
That's
the
three.
yeah,
Anthony.
so we need to expand on that then. So we've got okay, there's three of you. You're hosting a new single party, right? Who's the six people that you would invite? And why?
Okay. Dolly Parton.
She's on everybody's list.
I feel like she's number one on everybody's list.
Absolutely.
Fun. And you know what? I feel like the Heels need a show with her. I said this yesterday, dolled up with Dolly. Wouldn't that be fun? Because we all like to, the three of us love getting dolled up. Anyways, that's a manifestation project.
Yeah.
But so Dolly Parton, Brett Eldridge.
Oh yeah.
This is my choice.
Well, you're in control. You turned up at the interview, so they don't have a choice.
Exactly. It's all about me. So Brett Eldridge, because he's an amazing songwriter. He can sing anybody to sleep. His voice is so healing, and he's gorgeous on top of it all. Okay. For that, I would say, well, baby Paige will be coming. You know, Taylor Swift would be really fun. I just think she would be just a blast to songwrite with and sing around the fire. And I get two more choices. Ooh. So do animals? All right.
You can invite whoever you want.
All right. Well, definitely those three. And I would say Little Big Town, the three of them. Because they
can have four of them in the Little Big Town.
I have four of them, yes. four of them.
I was going to say what the one that's left out. We're going, what's up with me? You know, but yeah, Little Big.
Just in case one's busy, the three of them.
There's only invite for three. You have to take your pick. You know,
you never.
But
I just think
they're one of my favorites as well. Yeah, I must admit. I was on about country to country. It's coming up to, I think, is it the 10th anniversary or something like that of it first coming to the UK, and I was actually very fortunate. I got one ticket for the Saturday. I only want to go see Vince Gill. And Tim McGraw was headlining, Vince Gill. Little Big Town was the second on, so nobody really have heard of Little Big Town then. Christian Bush from Sugarland had started it all off, and I was just blown away. Like I said,
wow.
and I've seen Little Big Town quite a bit, and they were over here a couple of miles away from me with the Eagles in the summer last year to my football ground, Liverpool Football Club here, and it was just stunning, absolutely stunning.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll come to your party as well because I'll have to.
One more person, it would have to be Vince Gill. Now that you said Vince Gill, only because our manager, he knows him well, and Vince is one of the best of all time, and his voice. That's a hard one.
It is. Somebody said to me once, I can't remember the artist who said it, but obviously this one wasn't Dolly Parton, it was more man-led. He said Willie Nelson.
Oh, yes.
Merle Haggard.
Yes.
Johnny Cash.
Oh, yeah. Like
Garth Brooks.
Oh.
And get this one, Jesus Christ. I would pay top dollar to have a seat to that fire.
That's awesome.
But no, I mean, it's quite interesting that Dolly Parton on consensus is probably on about 95% of everybody's list. Isn't that amazing, though?
See, that's goals. That's why we in the band, we talk about that. What would Dolly do? We always talk about her. We actually got to be in her manager's house and meet him. Our manager's really good friends with him. So we spent the day there at his house and we got to sing with him, and hopefully that goes somewhere. Sing with Dolly. We got to play with the we got to play with the manager's dog, who's so cute and gets to pose with Dolly all the time. So.
Oh my God. I mean, I'm great friends with Jimmy Mattingly, who's Garth Brooks' fiddle player, but he's also Dolly Parton's fiddle player as well. So he told us some tales on Dolly. And also, have you ever seen Chapel Heart? Oh
yeah, we actually chat to them.
Yeah, they came on the show last year when they released that You Can Have Him, Jolene. That was one of the radio shows that they came on, and then obviously the American Idol and all that kind of thing, and so on and so forth.
There's They're doing so happy. Yeah.
But no, thank you very, very much for coming on the show. Really, really appreciate it. And good luck to everybody there. Give my love to everybody over there. And like I said, I can't wait to have you come over to the country and ply your trade to our theatre.
Yeah.
But like I said, don't rush off. Let me have a quick word with you before you leave.
Sounds good.
But no, thank you so much for your time. And like I said, good luck with everything coming your way.
Thank you so much.
Bye now.
Bye.